Hello everyone, I'm Laurel and welcome to my channel. I thought before we start this project, I'll show you a little tiny mini haul I did from Amazon. So first, I got some more UV resin. It's KISREL UV resin. I really like this type of resin. Then I got this mold, or two molds, should I say. And I really like these, and I thought these would make a fun project. Oh, they got them double wrapped. Oh boy. Alright, so basically what they are large molds of daisies, and I think those are really adorable. So those will show up in an upcoming project. I think those are really nice. And then the other one that I'm really excited about, which I'm going to use today, is this mold here. I think this is absolutely wonderful. It comes in pairs, so you don't have to make only like one and then do another one for a pair of earrings. But I thought this is great. So you could do like pairs of earrings all at once, or or just use one as a pendant. And I like all the variety of sizes and shapes. I think this is a really great investment. I think I paid $10 for this, and I think the daisies were also $10. I think this might have been a little bit more, but it was around the $10 range. So I want to make something with this today, but before I get started, I see a hair of mine on there. Don't want that. Before I get started, I just want to let you know I do have an Etsy shop, Creations by Laurel, and in my Etsy shop I do have some stickers. I searched everywhere for resin stickers and I didn't see any, so I thought I would create my own. So in my Etsy shop you will find Love in Every Pore. Now this one says UV resin. I do have another one that will be coming out also that is for the two-part epoxy, and basically it's the same style, but they're holding a cup pouring the resin out. And then I have these cute little stickers. I love resin. So those will be in my Etsy shop. And I think these are great because they really do have some good stick to them. And I'll just show you really quick. Here's my sketchbook. So I'm just going to use one. Maybe I'll use two or three. But I'm going to show you. They got real good stick. And you can use these on pretty much anything. You can use them on your sketchbook, your notebooks. You can place them on your water container. You can put them, let's see where else, because these are waterproof. You can place them on your, your printer, your computer, your laptop. You can put them on your case for your iPad or a case on your phone. All up to you where you want to place them. And they stick really well and they don't tear very easily, so I think you'd like those. So check out my shop, and there's also some jewelry and some other things. And I think eventually I'll have other stickers too, like inspirational stickers, and those will be for journaling. And that's another thing you could use these for, is your journaling. Alright, so let's get started. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do today is show you how to make beads out of these. We're going to have the drill through hole, and we're also going to use the eyelet screws. I think what I'm going to do is some bookmark charms and some phone charms. I think that's what I'm going to do. And I've got a variety of flowers, these little acrylic flowers, sequin flowers, and I kind of want to go along with the spring theme because spring will soon be here, and I'd like some springtime right now, even though we just had a little bit of snow. It was warm for a couple days, but we got snow again and it got really cold again. So I think I'm going to start with these. I think these are really nice. So I'm just going to make various ones and then I'm going to just put them together at the end. All right, so I'm going to do some flowers first. So I'm going to place some resin in here. I'm really considering getting like one of those big jugs of UV resin and then just pouring more into these bottles. They run out so quickly. So I'm just going to take bunches and just drop it in there. In there. Nothing, you know, nothing crazy, just dropping them in there. Trying to catch them. I got the fan blowing and the fan kind of keeps hitting them and sending them on their way. So I'm just going to get these mixed up. All right, and then I need my heat gun. I got a couple good suggestions for the bubbles on the bottom. I don't know if any of them are going to work, but I am certainly going to try. So someone said using alcohol. I don't think I'm going to do that right away with that. I'm going to do, the one suggestion I got was to use the hot air gun when they're in, when everything's in the mold. So hopefully it'll get down to the bottom. I don't know, but we'll test it and see. Recently I've been getting a lot of bubbles in my resin, and I don't know if it's just because of shipping, because they're tossing the package around, or what, but that's what it seems like. This is the first box I got where it wasn't dented, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed on that with the bubbles. But like when I get these, I think the last 3 or 4 times I've bought resin, the boxes have come indented. They just toss them on my porch. Yeah, so not something I like. Okay, so I'm just gonna try to get some of these flowers in there. Now these got a couple long stems to them, so I'm just gonna get my tweezers. And I'm just gonna set those on the side right now with the long stems. I'm gonna clip those off in a second. I just wanna get some more flowers in here. Okay, this one made a little bit of a mess. Okay, now I do see bubbles. All right. I'm just gonna set that aside, and then I have to get a baby wipe. Clean this off. I think I'll use this to push them down. This one has maybe a little bit more than the other one, but that's okay. All right. And I did want to clip those off so I can get those back into the resin. So I'm just going to clip that off. Oops. Where'd it go? Right there. And put that back in the resin. And then get this one and clip this one. And drop that back in there. Okay. Clean that up. As you can see, I always like to keep my surface clean. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the hot air gun on this to make sure that there's no bubbles. Okay, and I do have a little bit of a mess here on the side that I want to just clean up really quick. Okay, there. Okay, and this is definitely going to need another coat on top, but I'm going to cure them and we're going to see what they look like. So I'm going to say 180 seconds on top, turn it over, 180 seconds on the bottom. Now this is a really thick mold, so when you turn it over, it may need a little more time. I'm not sure, but we're going to find out in a few minutes. Okay, so that's cured, and I'm just going to put another coat on top. And I did see a few bubbles. They're small, but I did see a few. Okay, and I want it to go to that point. Okay, there we go. Just clean this off. And I'll get my lighter. Get any of these top bubbles here. I still see bubbles, and I'm not sure. I think that's underneath. Alright, so I'm going to cure this now for 90 seconds to 180 seconds, just so I make sure everything's cured all the way through. Alright, so I don't know what happened. I made sure there was no bubbles, but for some reason this bubbled up and overflowed into this one, and then it overflowed over here. So let's take them out. I mean, I can fix this, so it's not a big deal. Okay, so 180 seconds on this side is perfect. All I have to do is sand this and get those little bits off, but it's connected right now. But it did turn out really pretty. And so I was worried about the 180 seconds on the back because you can see how thick it is. It's not translucent like the other ones. Like if you turn this over, you can see the impression of the flower. But this one, you can barely see. It's very, very thick, but it did work. And I also, I'm sorry about those, but I also mixed up a little more, and I'm going to do a different shape. I'm going to need some tape. Hopefully, I'm not really sure. It could have been just my fault because I did that top layer. I don't see why it would have done that, but it's okay. We'll just figure this out. Now this one I think would make really pretty like cabochons. So I'm just going to put some of the flowers in there. And basically I'm just really testing this out. I was really excited about it, and I just like all the shapes that it came with. So, okay, let me just get this little guy out, get him in there. And then I got this one. I'm just trying to get the flowers out. There's a little resin left in there, but I just want to make sure I got those out. Get my hot air gun. And actually, for the smaller molds, I don't know if that really works. I wish it did. I think it did a little bit, but I'm just going to use my lighter. Okay. And then I think I'm going to do some other clear ones, but I'm just going to put the resin right into it. And I can already see the bubbles. I don't see any on the bottom. Could be the molds too, because, well, some of them were new, so I don't really know why there's so many bubbles on the bottom, but okay, so let's get a little something to throw in there. Okay, I got these flowers. I think those would look cute. So I'm just going to just drop some in. Nothing, no rhyme, no reason to this. Just drop them in. Oh, that one doesn't want to come off. A lot of static cling in here, I tell ya. Oh, we got some little micro beads in there too. That's fine. Oops, they're all stuck to my finger. That's funny. Let's see if I can get some of those micro beads out. Put those in. Let's see what other color would be good. Pink would be really pretty. Springtime. And then these micro beads are pearls, so we can throw some of those in there too. They're so hard to grab though, because they're so tiny. And then I'm just going to, I think the other side is the front, so I'm just going to make sure that these are turned over. It doesn't really matter because it'll just show as a flower anyways. And then I'm going to push them down. I can get those little micro beads to push down. And there's a pearl. Got to be careful when you put the micro beads in there because they almost look like little bubbles. Okay, get these pushed down. For some reason they just want to float. Now this one, you could probably, that kind of looks kind of neat where they're all like floating around different directions. You could probably do a small layer and then put them in. You could do that. That would work. Oh, we got some rhinestones in there now. Oh boy. Got a little of everything. So they're kind of just falling all over the place, and try to get them in there. I just want a nice amount so they look, you know, it looks very springtimey. Gosh, they fell all over the place. All right, just push them down, push them down. Now, I don't want to make a really long video with these. I just wanted to basically make a few of these, show you how I would make beads out of them, and then put them with the either the keychain or the bookmark. Let's see. Actually, you can even make earrings out of these if you want. I'm just trying to find, oh, this shape would be good. I'm not going to fill it up all the way. I just want to make sure I got room to put a few things. And this time I'm going to use, oops, there's a flower. I'm going to pop that in there. There we go. This one doesn't want to go under. All right, I'll get the lighter, make sure there's no bubbles. And actually, before we cure this, we could add another little bit of resin on top. Get rid of those bubbles. I really don't want the flowers sticking out, and it seems like they just want to. Okay. All right, so now we're going to do these. We're going to do sequins for these. Get the bubbles out real quick. Okay. Let's see. This is a nice little combination right here. We got gold, yellows, pinks, blues. So let me just, I'm gonna have to clean off my tweezers because I don't want the resin in the compartment. So I'm just gonna grab a bunch, oops, and drop them in. Oops. My fault, I hit it by accident. All right, that should be a good amount. All right, I'll just clean those up later. All right, so now I'm gonna use this. Push them down and push them around. Okay, it looks like I'll need some more in that particular one. Need a little bit more there. Ugh. Okay, and then we'll just push these down. And I'm going to add a little more on top. And then get rid of bubbles. And then I'm going to cure this for 180 seconds and then turn it over and cure it for 180 seconds, and I'll be right back. All right, so now they're cured, and I'm going to remove them from the mold. Okay, this one. everything except for a diamond and a micro bead all settled on this side. So I guess we're going to use this side for the front. Same with this one. Same thing, look at that. Except this one has 2 micro beads and a little diamond or rhinestone on the bottom. Let's see how these turned out. Oh, these turned out really pretty. Now this is going to need a top coat because I can feel the flowers kind of sticking out. And then this one turned out really pretty. Look at that. Let's see these. Oh, this turned out really nice. So you can see some in the front, and then you can also see them through the clear resin and see them in the back. Let's see how this one is. This is the same. This one has a little bit more though. That looks really nice. And I got this little, I still got little glitter bits of flowers in there just hanging out. So I'm gonna have to just get those out with some tape. And I am working on the, let's see, this one. I had separated them, and now I'm just covering the areas where I separated them with a little UV resin. And then here I have to do this portion and just do like a top coat on this side. And this side, I'll have to do a top coat there. I see a little bit. So just to cover it up. And I think it's turning out quite nice. So this one is actually a really pretty one too. I just have to do those top coats. Oops, upside down. And so the next step would be, let's see, I do have to do those top coats. So why don't we start with, I'm not going to put you through the torture of each one that I have to do a top coat, but I'll just show you on this oval shape. Just take a little bit of resin, place it on top. Not too much because you don't want it flowing over the sides. Normally it just stops on the edge, but if you have too much, it will flow over, and we don't want that. So we'll just go right to the edge, make sure everything looks good. You might have to push it along a little bit. If you see that it's pulling away from the edge, then you might need just a little dab more. But you have to be really careful, because sometimes if it'll pull away from the edge, it's because you don't have this level when you push it on the sticky tack. Alright, so then we're going to cure this. Oops. We're going to cure this for, I'm going to do 180 seconds, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so those are done curing. Remove that from the mold. That's the underneath part. So I can just place those over here. And I won't bore you with doing the top coats on the back of these. So I'll do that off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so they're all done curing with that top coat except for one. It's still curing. I don't know if today is my day or not, but I've been having a lot of little mishaps with these. Alright, so I said we're going to do this and put them together as either the phone charms or the bookmark charms. I have some eyelet screws because we'll probably use maybe some of those. And then I'll also show you how to drill through to make a bead that goes sideways, because all of our pendants that we do get, the hole is always straight through. And what I want to do is I want to make the hole go this way, so you can put it either on a chain or just string it up with a leather cord. All up to you. So I'm going to start with this little teeny little burr that I have. I also believe I will be using, let me see if I can find it. I have a little drill bit that I can drill straight through if I need to. I gotta see if I can find it first. This is actually a little drill bit. Look how tiny that is. But I'm looking for one in particular. This one. I'm not sure if this one will work with my drill, but we shall see. So for the first one, I'm going to just drill down into the top, and I'm just going to make a little notch first, and then I'm just going to drill straight down. Okay, and I'm going to do the same with this one. Just do that notch first, and then drill down into it. And then these I want to drill through the side. Oh. Okay, so that did not drill all the way through, almost. So what I'm going to do is just go on this side and then just drill through that hole. Same with this one. Now, if for any reason the drill bit gets stuck in there, there is an automatic shutoff on the drill. Okay, and then these I'm going to do on the side too. I'm just going to go straight through. I might have to increase the size of it because, of course, if you're going to use a chain or the leather cord, you're going to need it a little wider. And then this one should be easy enough to drill through. There we go. And we can see if the other one is done. It should be cured already, and it is. So I'm just going to drill through that. Just be careful when you're drilling through so you don't hit your fingers. Keep your fingers out of the way. Okay, so next is I'm just tapping it out because I want all that stuff out of there. And then we are going to have to drill them through again with the larger bit. And if you want, like I said, you can use a drill bit like this that could go straight through. You won't have to drill from both sides. I'm going to put this to the side, get this all cleaned up. I'm just really big on keeping your workspace clean. Especially, you don't want any kind of debris getting into your project. Okay, so I got a few things tidied up, and I'm just getting the thicker drill bit, or the burr, and you can see the difference. You can see how much thicker that is. So I'm going to use that next. And then we're just going to go through the same hole but we're just going to make it bigger. And like I said, if it gets stuck, it just turns itself off. And as you can see, let me just show you really quick the difference in the hole size. This is the one hole, very tiny, and this will at least get a 2 millimeter or a 2.5 millimeter leather cord into it, or a chain. So you do need to make it bigger. So always start with the smaller size to make your hole, and then work up to the larger size. As you can see, we're going to have a lot more to clean up. Okay, got a little bit on my hands. All right. Okay, I'll worry about these in a minute. I just want to get this all cleaned up. Alright, I'm sorry if this is going to be a long video. I didn't realize that just making, you know, different types of beads out of these would take so long. But, let me see, get that cleaned up. So this one obviously doesn't need the larger hole because we're going to use 2 of these eyelet screws. And let me see if I can find a little... When you do the drilling, it leaves like that white residue kind of in there. So I just want to put some in there, some resin. It's not really going to help too much, but once you put it on here, I'm just putting a little glob on the end, and then I'm going to screw it in. Okay, that's one. And we'll get this one. And then I'm just going to throw these under the light and cure them for 60 seconds just to make sure that those are cured in there and they're not going to come back out. My hands cleaned up a little bit. Okay, so these, all right, so we don't need these anymore, and we have the holes made. So you can use just a jump ring if you want. You can string them up on a necklace, or just one of them on a necklace if you'd like. I can show you that too. Okay, so, all right, so for the jump rings, I have a 10 millimeter. So I'm going to take a couple of these and I'm going to put those on, I'm just going to hang them off of these bookmarks. Now I do want to say you can add stuff to it. You don't have to just have one thing hanging off. You could have a chain connecting it. You could have, I mean, whatever you want. I like this one. And then you just put it on your bookmark, like so. And then close it up. And then that can hang off the side of your book. Or you can use these for a phone charm. This one might be too big. This one might be more or less, because it's thick, to put on a chain. So this one I'm going to make into a phone charm. And then you just take this and connect it onto here. And then you have a phone charm. You could add more things to it. You can add beads and things. Like I said, these were great for, like the thinner edges are great for doing the jump ring. Jump ring wouldn't go through here. So let me get a chain and I'll show you what I mean about putting a chain on it. Okay, so I've got a chain and I'm just going to open it up. I'm going to have to take off the jump ring on the end so that I can put the chain on there. Let's see. Do we want something? See, it's easily the chain goes on there. And I think, let's see if I can find it. I have maybe a bead or something that I can put in between. Okay, so I had to look for my spacer beads. This is a bit thicker of a chain, so okay, so this will work. Okay, so it's a little bit of a tight fit for the bead, but we can take this, whoops, dropping things already. Put that in there. Why it went through the other one and it won't go through this one, I have no idea. I can't get it through. So what I thought was that I'd have the 2 on there if I could get it through. I don't know why it won't go through. Let me just use my drill again. I think it needs just a little bit extra drilling. It didn't look too smooth on the inside of it. So then you just take your jump ring. These are pre-made chains. You can get the chain separately with the jump rings and the lobster claw clasp. but I buy some of them already made. And just get those two ends to meet there. And this made a really pretty necklace. I love the way the flowers are on there. So we got that. Okay, we can move this out of the way. We have our bookmark. I think that's really pretty. And we also have a phone charm. Now with these, we can make whatever we want with those. Let's see, these are done. So I think they're really pretty. And I think those should be, and you know what I'm gonna say, earrings. So let me go get some earrings for this and I'll be right back. All right, so I have two earrings here. Now if you want, you can add a jump ring to that, but I'm just going to open up the earring and just open it to the side, and then I'm going to place this on. Make sure you have the front of your resin piece facing the front. And then this one. Oops. And we have a really pretty pair of earrings. So just out of this one mold, you can make so many things out of this. It just amazes me. And I'm going to try other things with this also, because they've got small ones, you know, and medium-sized ones. So there's so many options with this mold. I do like the mold. It's really great. And so we got a couple extra that I already drilled, so I'm just going to make those into necklaces and put them singly on a chain. And then we have this really pretty necklace here, and bookmark, phone charm, and the earrings. So if you liked my video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and press the bell for notifications of upcoming videos. In the description box below, you will find links to my Etsy shop, Creations by Laurel. Now don't forget, I do have those stickers in there if you're interested. And also, you'll find all the links to the supplies I used today, and the links to my jewelry, my artwork, and my photography. Thank you again for watching. See you soon. Bye-bye.